Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Tuesday as we have this candle high now of 64,486, about $400 shy of the previous all-time high at 64,850. If we are able to break above this, Bitcoin will officially be back inside of price discovery, as that would be breaching the previous all-time high here that we had on the 14th of April. So this is a very interesting day today, and it is actually a full moon, and so we're going to be seeing a moon cycle as well here on October 20th, this candle. It's going to be interesting to see here if Bitcoin is going to close itself above this major resistance at 64,855, what price discovery will actually bring on the table. Remember, there's still that potential we could form a higher high, but I don't think this is a likely scenario. I think that if Bitcoin breaches 64,855, that is a very clear sign that it wants to continue further up, and that at that point, we will start looking at Fibonacci targets based on the retracement that we initially had here from the $64,000 level on April 14th down to this low that was formed here around the $28,000 to $29,000 level. So that's really what we'd focus on if we started to move into price discovery. Now, for the bears that are in this market, I want to address this weekly open also showing confluence here with 61,844. That is going to be the major support at this point. If we see candles start closing below this, this is the floor, in my opinion, to not assume this is a lower high and that we're going to be seeing some downside. So I think that those are the two clearest scenarios for the bears and the bulls. Of course, that's what's going to affect the rest of the altcoin market. I think if this scenario moves to the downside, Ethereum will obviously take a fall with it. But if we are able to break into price discovery, the Ethereum price is going to potentially be able to come back and test itself above the $4,000 level and maybe come towards this 43.73 area where it has its previous all-time high. But until we can start assuming some strength with the Ethereum and the Bitcoin chart, we have to be cautious, I think, with altcoins more than anything. If there's any shorts being taken in this market, it shouldn't be in Bitcoin for sure. I would be maybe focusing on some altcoins if we start seeing downside, because of course altcoins will see more downside because they have two different ways of seeing downside, not just from the US dollar pairing, but also through the Bitcoin pairing. So that amplifies the short positions for altcoins. So we need to monitor the Ethereum Bitcoin chart below this 200-day moving average. If we're going to see a rescue, it's going to have to be soon. And so if we can start getting back above the weekly open at 62,457, that's also where the previous weekly open sits. I think that could be a positive thing here for the Ethereum and Bitcoin chart. But so far, it looks like the print is down and it wants to continue further. A lot of altcoins are way in below their 200-day moving average. The DXY, of course, very correlated to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance still showing strength. Next target's 48.94, currently sitting at 47.38. And when we go into the altcoins outside of Bitcoin, nothing different. It's also showing weakness, a little bit worse than Ethereum right now. And so that's going to be interesting to monitor. DXY is showing calmness, but we're not continuing further down yet. If we do break this candle low here at 93.504, then that could assume some downside for the DXY. But up until that happens, there's potential we could see the DXY range below this monthly open, and that could bring calmness to the cryptocurrency market once Bitcoin decides whether or not it wants to move into price discovery. Of course, altcoins are going to be interesting to follow if that happens, because if we assume Bitcoin dominance is going to move up, then from there we'll have to assume that altcoins will come a little bit later, and so that's going to be art of timing. And nothing really going on with traditional markets. US oil strong. The gold to Bitcoin chart also has yet to break a new high. If I were to actually invert this chart, it'd be kind of interesting to see. We've yet to break the high as well. So we're going to be monitoring this. If this breaks out before the US dollar value, that could be a confirmation that we could be seeing that price discovery scenario, depending on how that plays out. So we'll monitor this as a potential correlation to predict something if we start seeing price action first. So that's it for today. I know there's a quick analysis. I'm still getting on track here in Los Angeles with the new time. So I know this was a short video, and I'll monitor everything. Of course, if something changes, and we start seeing price discovery for Bitcoin, I'll definitely get a video out immediately. If we start seeing the downside scenario, just keep that weekly open in mind, showing confluence with that extremely important support at 61,844. So thank you all for tuning in to Sniper's channel today. Until next time, snipers out.